Hi everybody, welcome very much to the channel. It's Derek Cloudsurfer here, ready to do a 12 house reading, a 360 tarot reading for the moon quarter starting today, the 15th of April, until the next Sunday, the 21st of April as well. Thank you very much for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. Leave a like and subscribe here on the video and in the channel. And if you want a reading for yourself, this type of reading, a normal tarot reading, a natal chart reading, or a personal consultation, contact me using the links down below, using the email down below, and you can check my services on my Instagram and Discord, which are on the link tree down below as well. So let's get started without any further ado. Let's make a little recap for the people that don't know what this reading is about. So this reading is joining basically tarot and astrology together. We have the 12 houses, the 12 areas of your life, the 12 different spaces of your life, but we are going to take 13 cards out of the deck because your 12 houses are manifested and materialized from your spirit. So we are going to take one card as well for the spirit, for the 0 house, the start, the beginning, the creation of everything else. And then the other houses are the creations, right? And the house in the middle is the creator. Okay, but this is not for you, this is not for me, this is for everybody else. So you must focus on the spirit of the being that we live in, because like you have beings within you, we also live inside of a major being. So let's see during this moon quarter, right, what will be the influences coming from that major spirit, and us as small spirits have to adapt and ride those waves, or we're just not going to be able to be ourselves and succeed in our endeavors, right? Or you might just use it, you might just ride it, and if it is aligning with yourself, you will be able to just be yourself and succeed anyway. So in the middle, house number 0, we have the 9 of Cups in reverse. So what does that mean? It means that everybody else, no matter what area of their life, right, just in their spiritual state, in their subconscious, unconscious realm, and on the conscious realm as well, everybody, everything has the ability to elevate their perception of the unseen, of the divine, of their subconscious and unconscious realm, and everybody has the ability to elevate their emotions, feelings, dreams, illusions, and imaginations, and also elevate how they feel about themselves, about their businesses, about their situation, about everything in general, right? But it's in reverse. So you might be misunderstanding, or your surroundings, the external realm, might be misunderstanding why you elevating or how you are elevating. You might be misunderstanding because you might be going through scary or unstable situations, or situations that don't really relate to what you are used to be associated with elevating or improving, but you actually are, because this is 9 of Cups, so it's water energy. So it's not really like physical or something that you have seen before. It's something more internal, more emotional, more spiritual, right? So everybody has the ability, or are looking for, to elevate their emotional spectrum, or their ability to perceive the emotional, the subconscious and unconscious realms, right? So let's see how this manifests and materializes into the houses in the rest of the chart. So in the first house, the house of your personal interests, personal insecurity, and personality in general, we have the 5 of Swords. So the 5 of Swords in the first house means that we are getting more connected, more attached, or more emotional to our thoughts, ideas, feelings, and conversations, or we are more ready to make sense and communicate about feelings, emotions, and conversations, all right? And it makes sense, because if we are, spiritually speaking, elevating our emotional game, our ability to perceive and use our emotions and feelings, it makes sense that on a personal level, we are getting ready to communicate about it, or we're getting more emotional and attached to our own thoughts, ideas, communications, and relationships, right? So let's move to the second house, house of values, how you value yourself, how you value others, and how you think others value you. Let's take a card for that house. Here we go. And that is Judgment Pluto. So you are changing, or others are changing, like not just changing, like transforming into a deeper level how they value you. Or it might be like they are changing how they value themselves. So because they changed how they value themselves, now they think slash feel that you value them differently. Perhaps now they think you don't value them, right? Because now they stop valuing them because of one thing and they value themselves for another thing. So they think that you were valuing them for the thing that they stopped valuing on themselves, right? And this can happen to you too. But a very deep and personal transformation is happening in everybody. Everybody's changing how to value themselves, how to value their businesses, their skills, their associations, their situations, their ability to be stable, safe, and secure, either on a thought, on a situation, or on a feeling as well, right? Because it goes beyond the physical realm, but all manifests into the physical realm. But everybody's judging differently. That everybody's transforming their judgment of themselves, how they value themselves, how they value others, and how they think others value them. It makes sense because we are upgrading our emotional realm, our ability to perceive things that can't be seen, and our feelings, emotions, and self-love as well. So we're changing and upgrading. But because of that misunderstanding in the house number 0, you can actually now not value yourself as much because you are misunderstanding the emotions and feelings that are being upgraded and elevated, right? So let's go to the third house of your surroundings. Light relationships, light conversations, just going out to the store and having small talk with somebody, for an example. That's a part of your surroundings, right? And let's see, how is the Nine of Cups in reversed affecting and manifesting and materializing into your third house? And it is the World in reverse. So that means that basically you are misunderstanding your surroundings, or your surroundings are misunderstanding you. But at what level? In level of your circumstances, your stability, your ability to make sense and be real, your ability to make profitable connections, networking and associations, or you're just manifesting a lot, you receiving a lot of things from the external realm, from your surroundings, and it might be you misunderstanding what you're receiving, or the people that are now interacting more with you and coming more to you, or thinking and communicating about you, are misunderstanding you, right? But I see this as a gift, or as a result, a consequence of you and everybody else elevating that emotional spectrum through misunderstandings, through something that might not be very clear that you are upgrading, but everybody is. So if you do that correctly, right, then you can collect rewards and gifts through materializations from your surroundings. People connecting with you, people seeing your value, people wanting to, because they feel better about themselves, they are more open and ready to connect, or they see you as an example of how to be consistent in elevating your emotional spectrum and sense of self-love, for an example, right? But maybe when they approach you for the first time, you might feel weird because perhaps you are still in the process of elevating yourself. You are still doing some shadow work, so you might be vulnerable, you might be a bit more defensive, or they might just be coming across in weird ways. But it is Saturn, alright? So it's about materialization, manifestation, limits and boundaries, networking, associations, and reality. So also you might be misunderstanding, in very plain terms, physical circumstances in your surroundings, right? It might be just that. As always, take this information and apply it to your personal life, because this is a general tarot reading. So we are experiencing the same things spiritually and subconsciously, but then we experience them and materialize them in different shapes and forms. They represent the same thing, but you have to go through different paths. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to the fourth house of familiarity, emotional spaces, comfort, safety, and initiating new feelings, new emotions, and new meanings and purposes behind your relationships and moods. Let's see. Nine of Wands in reverse, Nine of Cups, I mean, in reverse, in that middle house. And we got Taurus, the Hierophant, in the 4th house. A lot of big arcanas immediately after the first house, right? And it makes sense. We have like emotional elevation, spiritual elevation, expanding our scope of the unseen and the divine. You know what I'm saying? So the Hierophant here, not in reverse, chilling. In the 4th house, it means that we are learning about our spirit and or about our unconscious realm or deep desires through a physical desire, through something tangible that you can touch and feel and that makes you feel good, or you want to work towards that, or you want to change towards that, you want to make some changes in your mood, in your personal life, in your private spaces. But always remember, every time this card comes out, that you are not that desire, and that desire is not the goal. The goal is to learn about your spirit, is to learn about your desires, is to learn about your unconscious realm, and yes, enjoy that desire, enjoy that physical experience, but don't get lost into it, and don't get too attached into it, and don't let that dictate your value or be your image. No, you are experiencing it, you are learning through it, you are not it. Let's go into the 5th house, house of attention, entertainment, and individuality in a fixed and consistent, I mean. It's about what you like to be entertained by, and what you like to entertain, and what you like to pay attention to, and what you like to receive attention from, and just how you see yourself and how you want others to see yourself as well. Right? There we go. We have reversed magician, reversed Mercury, another high arcana, so deep spiritual, powerful moon quarter right here, right now. We really have the power to up our game, to upgrade ourselves, to upgrade our ability to impact, change our reality. So the reversed magician here means that you have the ability to change in all levels how you see yourself, how you want others to see yourself, right? You have the ability to change your light, your appearance, your image, right? And you have the ability to transmute old images or old perspectives that you had about yourself or about others seeing yourself, right? It's a bit like the 2nd house because it's a fixed energy too, but it's different. 2nd house is about your value and your talents. The 5th house is about you, and you are not your values, you are not your talents, right? So you can transmute old perspectives of yourself, right? But you are misunderstanding this, or people around you are misunderstanding this. So now you might be feeling a bit more confident because you transmuted, you did the shadow work, you seeing yourself in a good light, but they didn't because they are not you. So now you have to go and do that. You have to express in a consistent and fixed way your image and your confidence and your trust in yourself and in your imaginations and visions and spirituality through actions and expressions, so you can transmute their perspective about you. That makes so much sense, connected with the house number 0 there, with the 9 of Cups, because you now feeling better about yourself, you can see how you manifest, you can see how you impact reality, you can see how deep you go, you can feel that power within you, so your confidence and the image of yourself is changing, is now better as well. But now you have to make sure you get fixed and consistent in that image, and that you show that to others so they understand the new light, the better you, as in feeling better and more confident within yourself, right? Let's go to the 6th house, house of routine, pattern, organization, work, and health. And here we have Venus, the Empress, another major arcana, right? They don't stop, bro. Really powerful, really major spiritual movements, spiritual patterns, and archetypes materializing, manifesting into your lives. So that means that through routine or in your routines and patterns, you can find self love, you can find your value, and you can find things that others will value about your routine, about your patterns, about how you get organized, about your health, about how you take care of yourself. Or if you were not taking care of yourself, if you were not taking care of your routines, if you were not being organized and making sense in how you approach life and physical circumstances, now you see the value in being so, in being organized, in taking care of yourself. And that all comes from, once again, the house in the middle, elevating self-love, elevating emotions and feelings, elevating your perception of deeper parts of yourself, your unconscious and subconscious. So now you see the value in taking care of yourself, in loving yourself. And that requires daily work. Either be through exercising, through having a skin routine, a good sleep schedule, doing something out of work that can make you more supported in the future, or just communicate to others and connect to others your routines and patterns in a way that they can join you and make that better or more fun or more efficient, because it's Venus as well, right? So basically, or generally, you are seeing more value or new value in your routines, in your patterns, organization and health, or you are achieving self-value and self-love through those things, okay? Let's move to the... My bad, guys. Let's move to the 7th house. House of relationships, partnerships, friendships, all types of ships, all types of connections, and also the house of creating new ways to think, communicate, and analyze in logical, sophisticated, and valuable ways. And we have... Oh yeah, that makes sense. I got my throat a bit cluttered. It's the 4 of Pentacles in reverse in the 7th house. So that means that we are thinking a bit too much about reality, about our situation, about our status. So you might be ready to communicate, you might be ready to engage in a relationship, you might be ready to upgrade your relationship, you might be ready to go and create more relationships, but now you're thinking too much about, oh, will they respect me? Oh, I work at McDonald's, so maybe they will not value me. Oh, I work as a kindergarten teacher, maybe they will not value me because of my status and position, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, but not that deeply. That's why it's in reverse, so it's a misunderstanding. That's not the point, right? We should be using the 4 of Pentacles, being really real, cutting all the corners, liming all the corners, making sense, being realistic and dry about yourself and your relationships, not about what will they think about my status and what do I do outside of the relationship. No, it's about the time to focus on the relationship. But it makes sense because the card in the middle, we are upgrading our emotions and feelings, finding deeper self-love and whatnot. So the external side, because the seventh house is a bit more external. It's a bit more about appearance and good education, good wording, sophistication. So because we are changing and elevating and upgrading, we are more vulnerable, more exposed. We might not have achieved yet that elevation and that deeper love and deeper connection with the divine and your power to impact reality. So you are trying to find security and safety in some external representation, in some external status or connections or associations, so you can feel ready for others, for you to connect with others or for new relationships, right? But just make sure you are being realistic, make sure you're being logical, and make sure you are not going too emotional and too open into those relationships, and you'll be all right. Don't think too much about your status or their status. Yeah, you might be judging them, the partner, the relationship, because they work at a restaurant and you think they should be an attorney or something. No, it's about the person. You are not your job, you are not your status. Of course, we use these things, but it's the 7th house. You have to connect with the person, with the spirit, not with their job or their status or situation. Because if you got into a spiritual ship, it's all about improving the situation. So if you are judging them based on the situation, they're already bringing too much limits and boundaries, and you might be cutting a great relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because that person might be already also, elevating and upgrading their feelings and emotions, right? So they might also be insecure. So if you judge them wrongly, they might just retract from you, right? Let's go into the eighth house. There we go. House of deep emotions, deep feelings, deep dreams and illusions, deep desires, deep passions, aggressiveness, frustration, and motivation. And we got fixed water, Queen of Cups. Here we go. So that means that in your deepest emotions, in your deepest relationships, through your deepest desires, through your deepest, perhaps, fears and traumas, but you transforming it, once again, the house in the middle, that elevation, that upgrade of your emotional realm, and the ability to connect spirit to reality, you can receive great emotional support, right? From yourself or from others that you are sharing those deep experiences, all right? That's the key word. This is not everybody, that's not any old body, it's just somebody that you went through something deeply with them. They can really connect with you deeply. You can talk with them about some deep stuff, about your past, about your desires, about your goals. And it's in reverse though, right? So you might be misunderstanding whom you are receiving support from, or you might be misunderstanding the support that you are receiving. It might make you feel weird. Perhaps they are saying you can be better and you can do better. You just need to let go of that desire or of that fear in order to accomplish the middle card, the elevation, and you might feel attacked. You might feel not loved. You might feel unvalued, but no. They're actually valuing you. They're actually loving you, and they want to help you to feel better and do better. You know what I'm saying? Let's go into the ninth house. House of sharing and associating your imaginations, visions, feelings, creativity, and spiritual belief systems. Let's see how upgrading your emotions and feelings and your connection to the subconscious realm through misunderstandings, though, is affecting your ninth house. Six of Pentacles. So with the Six of Pentacles, it means that we are bringing more power, control, and authority in a realistic, structured, and logical way to our spirituality, our belief systems, and our testimony. So this is good. So it means we want to be more realistic. We want to make sense in sharing and teaching spirituality or just sharing our testimonies. But you might be too much. You might block yourself, or you might block others' expressions and associations of their uniqueness and individuality, because you are forcing this sense of reality. You are forcing this sense of being logical. And that comes from a bit of insecurity, fear, and unsureness, because everybody's elevating their emotions and feelings, their connection with the divine and the spiritual realm and the subconscious realm. And you might be kind of fearful about it. You might be unsure about it because of the misunderstandings. So when somebody is talking to you about spirituality, or when you're expressing spirituality, or just testimonies, or deep experiences that came out of the 8th house, you want things to be a bit more private, or a bit less exposed, or make more sense and be more logical, which is good to a certain extent. When you block yourself and others by being too dry and realistic, now you're not accomplishing it. You're not doing the 9th house. But if you are doing the 9th house, associating your imaginations, feelings, and spiritual belief systems in a more realistic, controlled, and structured way, that's good. Alright? Let's go into the 10th house, house of status, network, and associations, and also creating new businesses, new routines, new patterns, new limits, new boundaries, new senses, and new practicality. There we go. And we have reversed 8 of Pentacles. Reversed 8 of Pentacles means that you might be feeling stuck in a limit, in a boundary, in a responsibility, in a circumstance, about your status, about changing your business, about going into a better financial situation, going about like you might have a job where you have a team, or you work with more people, and you might feel stuck in how things are going. You might feel you can't move, or you can't change, or you can't upgrade your situation, but it's a misunderstanding. Okay? So you can do that. You just need to be a bit more consistent and patient and elevate your emotions and feelings using the middle card. Elevate your connection to the divine, the spiritual realm, the unconscious and subconscious realm, and then you can see the unseen, and change yourself, and that will change how others connect with you and change the team dynamics, or just change your physical circumstance, just making more money or making better money. What I mean by making better money, perhaps imagine you were making an X amount of money. Now you make the same amount of money, but you work less because you got more sophisticated, you got more organized, or you found a new job that pays you the same, but you work less, so you have more time for yourself and your personal businesses and the entrepreneurship, right? But you might feel stuck. You might feel there is no way. You might feel like you have to spend a lot of time in there. You have to work a lot. You have to exhaust yourself. But no, it's a misunderstanding. You are misunderstanding that physical circumstance, and that physical circumstance can actually support you and be there for you when you need a bit more safety and safe ground and the plain ground. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the 11th house. House of more external and worldwide associations. House of unique ideas, thoughts, and conversations. And the house of big worldwide subjects like science, astrology, religion. Because like the 9th house is also about religion, but it's like you being into religion. The 11th house is everybody else talking about religion and different religions, right? The 9th house is you are in a religion. 11th house is we all talking about religions and where it came from, different religions and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And for the 11th house, we have the 5 of Wands. Oh, that's actually very nice for the 11th house over there. So the 5 of Wands over there means that we are getting more attached, more connected, and caring more about our uniqueness, individuality, creativity, and spiritual belief system when communicating through social media or worldwide, or we want our associations to be more, we want them to care more about their own uniqueness and individuality, about their own visions, feelings, creativity, and spiritual belief systems. And it's really good because it comes from that house in the middle, the upgrade of your emotions and feelings. So now you want more. You want your associations to also be more spiritual, more creative, more in contact with the deepest parts of themselves. Right? Let's go to the 12th house, last but not least. House of deep spirituality, deep reasonings, deep meanings, huge creativity, a little bit of La La Land, the house of the spirit, and the house, I like to say, where you can see all the other houses in one perspective, right? So let's see how the house in the middle is manifesting and materializing into that. All right, just taking some time to come out. And I think we got it. Ooh, 4 of Cups. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Makes sense, though. With the 4 of Cups, it means that we want or need to make more sense, to be more realistic, or to be more expressive and communicative about our feelings, emotions, dreams, illusions, and spiritual purposes behind our relationships, our love, our creativity, and how we see the world in general. Because we are updating, we are evolving in an emotional level, into a subconscious level, into a connection and attachment level. So we want to make more sense. We want to be more sure, and we want to have real spiritual relationships. We want to have real creativity. We want to have a real purpose and meaning behind the things that we do, achieve, feel, and talk about, right? So it's everything for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Let's do a quick recap. So, speaking more emotionally or about emotions in your personal life, transforming how you value yourself and others, misunderstanding the reality on your surroundings, experiencing a deep spiritual lesson through a physical desire, transmuting how you see yourself and how you see others, finding value in yourself through your routines or find value in your routines, misunderstanding how to be realistic and think realistically about your relationships, misunderstanding great support that you can receive, emotionally speaking, through deep experiences or deep relationships, being more focusing in real aspects of your individuality and spiritual belief systems, misunderstanding a situation where you can feel you're spending a lot of time you're stuck into, caring more about spirituality, feelings, and creativity in your associations and social media, and making sense about your feelings, emotions, dreams, and illusions. So that was all the general aspects of us elevating our feelings and emotions, elevating our dreams and illusions, elevating our spiritual purposes, and elevating our connection to the divine, our unconscious realm, our subconscious realm, and basically us realizing how we as spirits manifest, materialize, and change the reality around us through some misunderstandings, us misunderstanding ourselves, us misunderstanding others, or others misunderstanding us. But the point is that elevation and spiritual growth. So thank you very much for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. Leave a like and subscribe, and use the links down below to contact me and request some readings. Aesthetic Cloud Surfer, surfing out.